Have you ever felt like you just don't quite fit in? Like no matter how hard you try, you always seem to stand out from the crowd? If so, you might be what's known as a black sheep. But what does it really mean to be a black sheep, and is it something to be ashamed of? In this video, we'll explore the deeper spiritual meaning behind being a black sheep and why it might actually be a blessing in disguise. First, let's take a closer look at the metaphor of the black sheep. In a literal sense, a black sheep is a rare and unique occurrence in a flock of mostly white sheep. They stand out from the rest, and their difference is immediately noticeable. In a figurative sense, the term black sheep is often used to describe individuals who don't conform to the norms and expectations of their family, social circle, or society as a whole. Being labeled as a black sheep can be a difficult and isolating experience. There's a lot of pressure in our world to fit in and follow the crowd. When you don't meet those expectations, it can lead to feelings of shame, loneliness, and even self-doubt. But what if being a black sheep isn't something to be ashamed of? What if it's actually a sign of something much deeper and more meaningful? One of the greatest gifts of being a black sheep is the unique perspective it gives you. When you don't quite fit in with the mainstream, you're forced to look at the world a little differently. You question things that others take for granted, and you see possibilities where others see limitations. This unique perspective can be incredibly valuable both for your own personal growth and for the progress of society as a whole. Some of the greatest innovators, artists, and thought leaders throughout history have been black sheep. They were the ones who dared to think differently, to challenge the status quo, and to push the boundaries of what was possible. Another important aspect of being a black sheep is learning to embrace your authentic self. When you're constantly trying to fit in and conform to the expectations of others, it's easy to lose sight of who you really are. You might find yourself suppressing your true desires, passions, and beliefs in order to be accepted. But when you embrace your status as a black sheep, you give yourself permission to be true to yourself. You recognize that your differences are what make you special and that there's no shame in being exactly who you are. This can be an incredibly liberating and empowering experience. Of course, embracing your authentic self isn't always easy. It takes a lot of courage to stand out from the crowd and to live life on your own terms. There will be people who don't understand or accept you, and there will be challenges and obstacles along the way. But the rewards of living authentically are well worth the effort. Being a black sheep can also be a powerful catalyst for self-discovery. When you don't fit in with the mainstream, you're forced to look inward and ask yourself some deep questions about who you are and what you want out of life. This process of self-discovery can be challenging, but it's also incredibly rewarding. As you start to peel back the layers of societal conditioning and expectation, you begin to uncover your true passions, values, and purpose. You start to see yourself in a new light, not as someone who is flawed or broken, but as someone who is unique and valuable in your own right. This journey of self-discovery is an ongoing process, and it's not always a straight line. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, and moments of doubt and confusion. But as you continue to explore and embrace your authentic self, you'll find that the path becomes clearer and more fulfilling over time. One of the challenges of being a black sheep is the feeling of isolation and loneliness that can come with it. When you don't fit in with the mainstream, it can be hard to find people who understand and accept you for who you are. But the truth is, there are plenty of other black sheep out there. They might not be the majority, but they exist, and they're looking for connection and community just like you are. The key is to seek them out and surround yourself with people who celebrate your uniqueness and support your authentic self-expression. This might mean joining a group or community that shares your interests or values, or it might mean cultivating deep, meaningful friendships with a few select individuals. Whatever form it takes, finding your tribe is an essential part of the black sheep journey. When you surround yourself with like-minded people, you create a safe and supportive space where you can be yourself without fear of judgment or rejection. You can share your ideas, your struggles, and your triumphs with people who understand and appreciate you. And in turn, you can offer that same support and understanding to others. From a spiritual perspective, being a black sheep can be seen as a sign of a higher calling. Many spiritual traditions teach that we are all unique expressions of the divine, and that our differences are not something to be ashamed of, but something to be celebrated. When you embrace your status as a black sheep, you're not just accepting yourself, you're accepting the divine nature within you. You're recognizing that you were created exactly as you are for a reason, and that your unique gifts and perspectives are an essential part of the greater tapestry of life. This understanding can be incredibly empowering and transformative. It can help you to let go of the need for external validation and acceptance, and to find a deep sense of peace and purpose within yourself. It can also inspire you to use your unique gifts and talents in service of something greater than yourself. Of course, being a black sheep isn't always easy. There will be challenges, obstacles, and moments of self-doubt along the way. But these challenges can also be opportunities for growth and transformation. When you face adversity as a black sheep, you have a choice. You can let it defeat you, or you can use it as fuel for your own personal growth and development. You can choose to see your struggles as opportunities to build resilience, to develop a stronger sense of self, and to cultivate a deeper sense of purpose and meaning in your life. This isn't always an easy process, and it requires a lot of self-awareness, self-compassion, and support from others. But when you learn to turn your adversity into strength, you become unstoppable. You develop a sense of inner power and confidence that can carry you through even the toughest of times. As a black sheep, you have the opportunity to inspire others simply by being yourself. When you live your life authentically and unapologetically, you send a powerful message to the world around you. You show others that it's okay to be different, that there's beauty and value in uniqueness, and that following your own path is not only possible, but essential. You become a living example of what it means to be true to yourself, even in the face of adversity and opposition. This inspiration can have a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life. When you inspire others to embrace their own uniqueness and follow their own path, you create a world that is more diverse, more creative, and more accepting of difference. You become a catalyst for positive change and growth, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. Despite the many gifts and opportunities that come with being a black sheep, there's no denying that the label carries a lot of negative connotations. In our society, being different is often seen as a bad thing, and those who don't conform are often marginalized, ridiculed, or rejected. But what if we could reframe this narrative? What if we could see being a black sheep not as a burden, but as a badge of honor? What if we could celebrate our differences and uniqueness rather than trying to hide or suppress them? This is the power of reframing. When we change the way we think about something, we change the way we experience it. By choosing to see being a black sheep as a positive thing, we open ourselves up to all the gifts and opportunities that come with it. This doesn't mean that the challenges and obstacles disappear, but it does mean that we approach them with a different mindset. We see them as opportunities for growth and transformation rather than as barriers to happiness and success. Being a black sheep is not a curse, but a blessing. It's an opportunity to embrace your uniqueness, to discover your true self, and to inspire others simply by being who you are. It's not always an easy journey, and there will be challenges and obstacles along the way. But when you learn to see your differences as gifts, to surround yourself with supportive and like-minded people, and to turn your adversity into strength, you become unstoppable. So if you've ever felt like a black sheep, know that you are not alone. Know that your uniqueness is something to be celebrated, not suppressed. Know that you have the power to create a life that is authentic, fulfilling, and inspiring to others. Embrace your inner black sheep and watch as the world opens up to you in ways you never thought possible. If this message resonates with you, I encourage you to like and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Subscribe to the channel for more content on personal growth and spirituality, and leave a comment below sharing your own experiences as a black sheep. Remember, your uniqueness is your greatest gift. Embrace it, celebrate it, and use it to make the world a better place. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep shining your light.